Alright, guys, what is going on? I'm gonna do this a little bit, move my light a little bit, but what is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another video for you guys today for just a rambling video on like the anime that, like the top 5 anime, #1 that I watched like over this year of 2020, the train wreck that 2020 was. But first of all, Happy New Year for everybody. It was honestly train wreck of a 2020, 2021. I can tell it's going to be great, but we're not out of the woods yet. Stay safe. Keep a mask on when you're outside with a lot of people and stuff. Don't be an ass. You know, be safe and whatnot. But this video is going to be more so of just me rambling and talking about like the top 5 or the top 3 anime that I watched of the fall 2020 season, and then the top 5 of the anime that top 5 anime of 2020 that I watched and everything, and then like the most anticipated things that I'm like looking forward to in 2021 and what's going on with 2021 and everything with anime and stuff, things that I'm just unbelievably excited and hyped for. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into my top 3 anime of the fall 2020 season. Number 3 is sport climbing girls, rock climbing girls. I forgot like the first, like it's like Itada or so, I don't know like the first like name, but it's like sport climbing girls. Beautiful babes, chicks, gorgeous babes, rock climbing, bouldering, sport climbing, whatnot. I mean, what else is there to say? I think it's fantastic, and I love the ladies and everything. Again, babes, toned, not buff, but like toned babes. I mean, come on. A girl with a six-pack? Ooh, like that's my jam. But anyways, that is my number 3. Number 2 is something that I actually made a video on last week or like a couple of days ago that I thought was just one of the most underrated anime of the fall 2020 season in general, and that is Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elaina, and I pretty much elaborated everything that I liked so much about it on that video. I'm going to leave it in the eye above right here, but it's pretty much an episodic show of a girl named Elaina, who's the Ashen Witch, her journey, and like you see like all of the things that she encounters each episode. Like each episode is its own story and everything, which is very cool, and that like each like episode is her journeying to a place and documenting things that happen and occur and stuff, because she was inspired by a witch when she was young to make her own like book about her travels and everything. So she decided to do it, and that's pretty much what the show is in general about: her experiences, her journey, and whatnot, and every places and people that she encounters and everything. And it's honestly a beautiful, amazing series that like very much surprised me. Like it's so good. Definitely check it out and everything. And that's my number 2. Number 1, DANMACHI, season 3. Best anime, like best season of DANMACHI in general. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon? Season 3, absolutely amazing. It really depicts who Bell is as a hero and what he holds close to his own heart and his own beliefs and his own ethics and everything. No matter what other people say, he's gonna do what he genuinely feels is right, whether he looks like a fool or not, and everything. And the fights were amazing. Everything's amazing. The music is always good with DANMACHI. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon? It's always good. Season 3 was on another level with just Bell's character in general, and that season solidified him as one of my absolute favorite MCs of all time. Like in my top 10. He's absolutely phenomenal, amazing. So DANMACHI season 3 is my number 1. Now let's get into the top 5 of the year for me. These are just my opinions of the top 5 in general. Number 5 is actually Food Wars. Now, people keep saying that, like, you know, Food Wars, the final season wasn't good. Like, what the hell was going on? So I was hearing, like, warnings of, like, people who read the manga that, like, it's not going to be that great or something like that. I loved it. I loved everything about Erina's family, the reasonings that her grandpa did things the way that he did, like bringing people to the academy and whatnot, like hearing about like the god tongue, like the actual like occurrences of the god tongue and stuff, like reoccurring characters, new characters and whatnot and stuff, and like it holds a special place in my heart in general, the series in general, because, and that's also a reason why it's in my top 5, because I lost my passion for cooking and whatnot a long time ago, like because I went to school for the culinary arts and pastry and stuff like that, and I just completely lost interest in like passion. But then when I watched this show, it really reinvigorated and sparked that passion again, that like I like to cook a lot now again, and it just holds a special place in my heart, and that's why I consider it to be my number 5. Now my number 4 of this year is tied between two that are from winter 2020, right? It is Somali and the Forest Spirit and Scientists Fell in Love, So They Tried to Prove It. Now, Scientists Fell in Love and Tried to Prove It, probably one of the funniest rom-coms, or like just one of the funniest rom-coms I've ever seen, because it's pretty much that the main character, the main guy and the main heroine, they both love each other, and they both say it, or they both express it, that they love each other, but because that they're scientists and everything, and they need to prove things with calculations and numbers and whatnot, that they feel like they have that genuine urge and need to have to prove it through science and numbers and math and stuff before they actually start dating boyfriend, girlfriend, and being out and going out and stuff like that, which is so funny to me. And I freaking loved it. I absolutely loved it. Now, Somali and the Forest Spirit. Now, this is a very interesting take, yet beautiful take on a father-daughter relationship, right? Because the main I want to say male character, but it's not even a male character, because it's a golem who is golems in this series are guardians and or protectors of forests and whatnot, and during their like 1,000th year of like their 1,000 year of age and whatnot, they shut down and they die. They pretty much die or die out and whatnot. So there's this golem in the beginning who is walking around through a forest and sees this little girl with like a raggedy like poncho looking thing on, and she looks at him and calls him father. So it's pretty, and then he's like, the golem's like, I'm not your father and stuff, like he's pretty much a robot, right? And so this whole series, or this whole season, the first season, was pretty much just their journey together as like a very interesting father and daughter type of relationship, because she sees him, instantly says father, looks at him and says father. So that is it was a very interesting take on like a father-daughter relationship, and it was very wholesome and beautiful, and it made me cry a couple times actually, and like just the world is just beautiful and stunning too, but also very dark and very scary too. So it gets dark, like really, like there's a lot of times where it does get like really dark, so that was something that was very cool in that series. So those two I couldn't really like, take one out and put one in and whatnot, so I just decided to like tie them for number 4. Now number 3, Kaguya-sama, Love is War. That is my favorite rom-com of all time. Season 2, actually. Kaguya-sama, Love is War Season 2. Like, Season 1 was absolutely phenomenal, amazing, and fantastic, and hilarious and stuff. They took it up a notch with this season. Season 2, it was so unbelievably funny. The series is so good because the world that this series, like, is in, is that, like, pretty much if you're the one who confesses your love in a relationship first, you're the inferior one and whatnot. And you know that Kaguya and Miyuki, who's Shirogane, who's the president, you know that they both love each other, but they're trying to get the other to confess to them by making up these such intricate plans and things like that, and it's just so funny and it's amazing, and I loved every single thing about it, and it's so unbelievably good and hilarious. And then you got Chika, who's just absolutely the sweetest bean like in the world. She's so funny and cute cute and everything. And then you got Ishigami, who's probably my favorite character, or at the very least one of my favorite characters. And like pretty much like every single character in the show is just, I love them. Like they're all so great, and like there's barely anybody, or maybe one person, but it's just a one-off character that I didn't like. But like overall, like pretty much every single character I absolutely thoroughly love. Like Hayasaka, who's Kaguya's maid. Oh, beautiful. Like she's fantastic. Like all of them are just absolutely stunning and amazing and everything. And all the situations will make you crack up laughing. There isn't a dry eye from laughter that I've gotten in the series so far. Like it is so unbelievably good. And season 3, I believe it's coming out next year or the beginning of 2022. I'm very excited, very hyped about that. And for that and everything, it being my absolute favorite rom-com of all time, I'm giving it my number 3 spot. Now, my number 2, War of Underworld Part 2. Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld Part 2. The amount of times that I cried in that part, or in that core, was just like my favorite episode being that I believe it was episode 18 or 19, like when Kirito was going through his memories. My absolute favorite episode in general, because like you absolutely amazing fights and stuff. If there isn't at least 1 or 2 fights from this part, like War of Underworld Part 2, that gets nominated for the Anime Awards, this might be the very first time that I actually get bummed out and possibly a little bit mad. Because like Berkuli versus Vecta, right? Absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. You got Mr. Miller versus Sinon. You got like you got Lifa versus all of the American players. All of that was amazing. Then you got Eiji versus Vasago. Then you got Asuna versus Vasago. Then you get Kirito versus Vasago. All 3 of those were absolutely phenomenal and amazing. And then you got Mr. Miller, the Dark Angel, versus Kirito, which was absolutely stunning and beautiful and amazing. The animation blew my freaking mind. Like the amount of craziness was just awesome. Everything about that was just absolutely amazing, and it was like the finale of Alicization, which made you just feel a little bit empty that you're not getting any more Alicization episodes at all. And it's not necessarily the bummer, because there's a continuation of like all of these characters in Urinal Ring and whatnot and everything, so I'm not bummed out with that. But like Alicization was just the best that Sword Art Online ever was. Like honestly, I loved everything about Sword Art Online. Season 1, Season 2, the movie. Well, I haven't actually seen the movie yet. That's crazy. But I know who Eiji is and all them. But like everything about Sword Art Online I love, but Alicization was just another animal. It was just a whole nother thing, and it was absolutely phenomenal and amazing and everything, and that's why it is my number 2. War of Underworld Part 2 is my number 2. And number 1, you know who it is. My number 1 for Fall Anime 2020 is also my number 1 for overall of the 2020 anime that I watched all this year, and that is DANMACHI. Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 3. I'm telling you, that was the absolute best season of DANMACHI, period. Season 1, the spin-off. Season 2, Season 1, then the spin-off. Then the movie, then Season 2, and then Season 3. Season 3 is absolutely the best. Like, absolutely phenomenal. You really get to see who Belle really is as a character and everything, and as what kind of person he wants to be like in life, and what kind of hero he is, and he doesn't care how foolish he looks and everything. And again, the fights were so good and everything. You got Lid and Belle versus Dix was absolutely phenomenal. And then you got some fights with like Ainz, and then you got like that Asterius versus Belle, which was absolutely insane, crazy stuff, and just phenomenal. And like the entire season was absolutely, I'm on my toes. Weenie is 100% in the running. Obviously, Ainz is my number 1 girl, and who Belle's probably going to end up with. But Weenie is right there next to like Haruhime and stuff. Like, she is just the sweetest being and amazing and everything. And like, I actually cried a couple times in this season. Absolutely phenomenal, amazing. And again, it's my number 1. It's my number 1 for this year. My number 1 anime for anime of the 2020 like entire year. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And again, like this, like my tops are talking about like animes that had like 10 at least 10 to 13 episodes or more and everything. That's why I'm not including Burn the Witch, which was absolutely stunning and phenomenal. Those episodes were so good. Pretty much a film, really, but like that was absolutely phenomenal and amazing and stuff. Now, let's get into things that I'm absolutely hyped, excited for next year. First, number one, Shield Hero Season 2, The Rise of the Shield Hero Season 2. So excited to see Shield Bro and Best Girl again. And Philo is just phenomenal too. So excited to see that. Now, more Date Alive Season 4. I'm excited to see that. I don't know if it's coming out next year, but I'm pretty sure at the very least, at the most, early 2022. Excited about that. Excited about Season 3 of Kaguya-sama Love is War. Fantastic. Season 2 of Scientists Fell in Love, so they tried to prove it. Absolutely fantastic. Then you got movies coming out. Mugen Train, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, coming out early this year and everything, which I'm very hyped and excited about. Like, it came out in Japan, broke records and whatnot. Then now it's going to come to the U.S., like, it's going to break even more records. It's going to be absolutely insane. So, like, I'm excited for Demon Slayer. I'm excited for Violet Evergarden. I'm pretty sure it's going to be, like, come out in theaters maybe in the next couple months or something in the U.S., which I'm very excited for because Violet Evergarden is my absolute favorite series of all time, anime, manga, light novel, and just in general. Absolutely my number one series of all time, and I'm very excited and hyped for the anime movie, the finale. It's pretty much the finale, which I'm very excited about, hyped, unbelievably. Like, I listen to the music and I cry. So, very excited about that. Also excited about Data Bullet. I'm pretty sure that some of those are going to come out like on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K or whatever this year, because like they came out in Japan and whatnot, but I wasn't able to see them, which is a bummer because I don't live in Japan and everything. So like maybe it's going to come out maybe on Crunchyroll, Funimation, or something like that later. Something. But I'm excited about those two. I'm excited about everything with those. I'm also unbelievably hyped for Season 5 of My Hero Academia. I mean, come on. I'm unbelievably hyped and excited for that. But also the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, the final arc of Bleach, the anime, is coming back this spring. I believe this spring or this summer or something. And I cannot even express to you how much I'm so unbelievably hyped for it. Like, I get goosebumps and I get giddy just thinking about it and everything. And like, also I'm excited to see more of like Burn the Witch type of stuff. And like, I'm just unbelievably hyped and excited. And also I think Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, the season 2, like was announced or something. And also, oh my gosh, like my next life as a villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, bro. I'm so hyped for that too. Like that season 2 coming out, I think next year, I think this year, and then like I think I maxed out my defense. I believe season 2 is coming out this year, but I'm not super excited about that. But like, I'm ready to see some great stuff coming out this year. It's gonna be so good, and like so many season 2s and more seasons of shows are coming out, and I'm super hyped and excited about everything. And like, if I missed anything, leave down in the comments your thoughts about like other things that are coming out that you're unbelievably hyped and excited for. If you liked any of the things that I mentioned, comment down below on your thoughts. Also on my top 5 of the entire year and my top 3 of the fall 2020 season and everything, leave down in the comments. If you liked anything I had to say and everything, leave a like you know. But again, leave a like if you liked anything I say. Leave a like if you liked any of the animes I talked about and mentioned and whatnot. Like this video if if you agree with some of the things in my top list and everything. Like the video if you like me, you know. But anyways, subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, discussion videos, and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most important, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. Plus, ultra, lactum, expecto patronum, wingardium leviosa. I'm out of here.